Britain's maritime life, sea journeys and trade in the 1970s-1980s. Hello guys. Today, we are taking you back to a time that belongs to your parents and grandparents. A time when life was simpler, journeys were slower, and the sea was Britain's greatest connection to the world. This is the story of Britain in the 1970s and 1980s. When traveling by sea was common, when trade depended on ships, and when ports were full of life, noise, and hard work. Before cheap flights, before online shopping, before instant global trade, the sea was everything. Britain has always been an island nation. For centuries, the sea shaped British identity, culture, and economy. In the 1970s and 1980s, maritime routes were still essential. Ships connected Britain to Europe, Africa, the Middle East, and Asia. Ports were not silent places. They were alive, full of sailors, dock workers, traders, and travelers. For many families, the sea was not romance. It was survival. In those days, sea travel was normal. Passenger ferries carried workers, students, migrants, traders, families visiting relatives abroad. Cross-channel ferries between Britain and Europe were always busy. People traveled with suitcases, boxes, and memories. The journey was long, sometimes uncomfortable, but it was trusted. People talked on decks, children watched waves, elders remembered wartime journeys. Sea travel taught patience. Trade was the heart of maritime life. In the 1970s and 1980s, raw materials arrived by sea. Manufactured goods left British ports. Oil, coal, grain, machinery, everything moved on ships. Container shipping was growing, but many ports still relied on manual labor. Dock workers worked long hours. Their hands were rough, their lives were hard, but ports fed cities, and ships fed families. A sailor's life was not easy. Months away from home, uncertain weather, limited communication. But sailors carried stories from different cultures, languages, and lands. Dock workers lived disciplined lives. They woke early. They worked in cold winds and rain. Ports like Liverpool, London, Southampton, and Cardiff were communities of their own. The sea gave them work, and sometimes took lives. Maritime life shaped British culture. Near ports you found small cafes, fish markets, taverns, boarding houses. Music, accents, and food were influenced by sailors from around the world. Ports were places where news arrived early, foreign goods appeared first, cultures mixed quietly. For many young people, the port was their first window to the world. By the late 1980s, things began to change. Air travel became cheaper, automation reduced dock labor, globalization changed trade routes. Old ships were retired, small ports became silent, jobs disappeared, an entire way of life slowly faded. But memories remained. Understanding this era helps us understand Britain today. The discipline, patience, and resilience of that generation built the foundations of modern Britain. They worked without shortcuts. They traveled without comfort. They traded without technology. Yet, they connected the world. So next time you see the sea, remember that it once carried dreams, goods, families, and futures. This was not just transport. This was life. This was Britain. And this was the era of the sea. Thank you for watching.